All right. I'm Will.
I'm Kristen.
And we're back with episode 2 of American Horror Story, double feature, Red Tide.
Pale.
Ah.
Yeah.
So.
I still like it.
Uh-huh.
It's fucking
American
bananas.
Horror Story.
Yeah. It's bananas.
We were off to such like a grounded, like a...
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't think it's gone off the rails enough for it to like call time of death or anything. But it and honestly, I like really appreciate the like Francis Conroy, Evan Peters, Finn Wittrock scene in which they lay out the rules of this new reality for him. Loved it, honestly.
I don't know what it is about because it's not particularly glamorous, but
No.
I'm just really into this. Maybe absence makes the heart grow fonder.
It has been like 2 years, right, since like a legit American Horror Story season.
We just had American Horror Stories, which was a mixed
bag,
mixed bag to say the least. But I am really enjoying Finn and Lily. Lily brought some acting to the beginning of this episode.
She is channeling Laura Linney. Hard.
Come on, I couldn't get inspired. They were pushy clients with terrible taste. They didn't understand minimalism at all, or a monochromatic blush color scheme. Thank you very much, which is very now, by the way, and I think I have a very good excuse for not finishing this one.
No, it was good.
Yeah,
I was
really good.
I laughed at her deliveries like a good 3 or 4 times in this episode.
She's doing it. I mean, that's why we liked Misty Day, is because she just had certain things where she was like right there. Like it's like a laser almost, the way that she operates in some of these scenes.
There's just certain actors that can interpret lines, like very standard lines, and a very obvious one is the Meryl Streep, and because I remember in Into the Woods she has a line delivery of "Oh my God," and it's like you could have never instructed her to do that.
Sure. Well, also, I mean, something even like baser than that, and also in American Horror Story, nobody told Jessica Lange to deliver the words "naughty pine" like that. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I was going to compare it to like Kristen Chenoweth on Schmigadoon, where it was like, especially at that last episode, she had a handful of line deliveries. So that I was like, that is a
just Cheno
interesting way to deliver that very standard line. But yeah, I found Lily doing it, and I'm really into Finn. I feel like this is his first. I don't really remember who. I remember he was in Hotel, but I don't really remember who he had like that weird hair.
Wasn't he one of the ones that she sewed
no.
to herself?
No.
Oh.
He was one of Gaga's, because remember she had like all of the boys.
Yeah, that's right.
But I feel like this is it's the first leading role.
Yeah.
But I also like that the pale men coordinate.
Yeah, they're all wearing the same thing.
It's like a uniform.
It's great. This episode started out with one of the most revolting things either of us I have seen ever.
It was up there with the raw chicken from Thunder Force.
Yeah, disgusting.
Him. So
I mean, it must have been beet juice or something, but it's like. Ugh.
Well, they frequently use watermelon for red meat.
That's fine.
And they soak it in like probably
or pomegranate.
Grape, but But he was and if he didn't have to drink it, it could have been meat. Like he was craving blood, and I loved the guy at the grocery store.
Yeah,
that he just knows.
Yep,
that this is the worst kept secret. And because tuberculosis Karen also assaulted him and basically screamed, "Why'd you have to spill your beans?"
Yeah.
Why'd you do that? You should have done that, motherfucker.
She really did.
But
she's still too much for me.
He was squeezing the juice out of the steaks into glasses and then
and then he like
drinking it.
And then he made like a beef smoothie.
I want the happy endings, the Brad.
Disgusting.
It was so gross.
I was shocked that Lily Rabe didn't walk in and find him doing it. You know what I mean?
Well, he went to town on her finger.
Yeah, she cut her finger cooking it. She was chopping carrots, and I was like, this bitch is cutting her finger.
It was also really funny, and I think that some things are ringing true to me because she's sort of beside herself.
Yeah.
And she kind of just let him do it for a few seconds. Yeah. She was sort of just like, what are you? Okay, stop that.
But ow.
Yeah. It was, I found it very funny.
The second most revolting thing this episode was the dental surgery, because I just thought their teeth turned into that and they had to get veneers to cover it up. But they've chosen to do this to their teeth.
Bill, it was designed by tattoo artist extraordinaire / dentist Billy Lord.
So Lark, but like Leslie
Lark Feldman.
That brings up another question though, because does that mean before all the pale men got their like turned into like the just what they are, they got that done too? Because they all have spiky teeth.
That feels like an oversight that we're not gonna get an answer to.
Almost definitely. Yeah.
Or she just moonlights helping junkies.
Yeah, I'm just making it easier for these people to attack innocent civilians.
Well, because they didn't attack Finn Wittrock, so they apparently
I think they know there's like a hierarchy.
Yeah. So it was Billy Lord was doing patented typical Billy Lord. We mentioned tuberculosis Karen. She had this weird scene with Mikey, with Mickey, with Macaulay Culkin, and it took so many twists and turns.
Yeah.
Like it was really like it was kind of like nice, and then it got sentimental, and then it got fraught, and then it almost went romantic, and that would have been the third repulsive.
Yeah. It luckily didn't. The thing is like, so he is like a poor, like, you know, boy whore.
Boy whore.
It's another boy whore.
So I get it. He's living in a shack and he's got a little fireplace or whatever. But she
and
is
a bucket.
Like, and a bucket to shit
We
in.
talked a lot about the shit bucket.
We really did. It came up more than once. But she is like really homeless. And I just I feel like there's gotta be something she could be doing. How did she get in these circumstances is one of my questions.
That we might get an answer for. Yeah. So my guess is the entire cast is going to be whatever this vampire zombie is by the end. And I think that, so my suspicion is that Lily Rabe isn't going to be actually talented.
No, of course not.
And so I think that
But I feel like she can't. Okay, I'm going to need a deep explanation if she decides to take this pill while she's 8 months pregnant.
I mean, at the rest of that.
You know what I mean, though?
I mean, not that you say that, but with the American Horror Story logic, that's like 6th on my list of concerns.
I don't want a zombie baby. I really don't like zombie babies.
Well, I don't think. I mean, maybe. I don't know. See, I also don't know the timeline. They said 3 months, so I don't know if we're going to have like a time jump.
Maybe the baby will just come out painting Picasso. The baby's
well, because so far everybody's talented but her, because Tuberculosis Karen is a painter, and a very interesting style of paintings. I appreciated that. We frequently talk about how when the plot of your show is going to be dealing with like art or music or whatever, that you should actually have some good stuff. And I liked that it wasn't just standard like bowls of fruit. I was like, oh, these are kind of nice paintings.
It kind of was Edward Hopper-ish. I liked it.
And then he's trying to write. I could also anticipate him not being actually talented.
Macaulay Culkin.
There was not a lot of confidence in those composition notebooks.
Yeah.
Strewn about. So we did have, I should start saying his name.
Harry.
Yeah. So he did go on the quest, as you mentioned, with Belle and
Austin,
where they explain like the rules of all of this.
They very deliberately tell him, don't kill anyone in Provincetown. And then at the end of the episode, he kills a gay hustler under the pier in Provincetown.
Another boy whore.
I also... How long had that guy been there? Because it's deserted.
It's winter, so there's no tourists. You just come down there to hang out anyway.
Waiting for, and I mean, the embarrassment of riches that is Finn Wittrock. Yeah. I mean, that can't be the standard. Like, how many of those pale men have been up and through? I don't know. It was a very American Horror Story. It was very funny. But yeah, he just straight murdered this dude. And you're right. I didn't think about it at first. But yeah, you're right. It's gonna come back to... Well,
because they were like, the old sheriff let us get away with it, but this new one isn't. Like, Adina Porter is not letting us get away with it.
Yeah, so Chief Burleson doesn't know, apparently.
It doesn't seem like it,
because we were unsure
the
previous episode. And Alma is a little piece of work.
Bitch.
Well, I mean,
She took a pill.
She's coming by it honestly.
Okay, look, she's like, I mean,
10.
A 9 or 10 at the oldest, and she is playing really advanced viola music. And she's like, I can't get it right. And it's just like, yeah, because you're like 9 or 10. Your bones aren't done growing. Like, you're not finished. Like,
Your
relax.
fingers are partially made out of jelly.
Yeah, not at that point, but I get your point. But so she goes and sneaks and finds a pill, and then she is the biggest cunt to Doris.
So wait, because Doris kind of like she was like, I don't appreciate this ass,
Mm-hmm.
and she kind of tete-a-teted with her. But
They
then
went back and forth a little.
She was like, "Are you saying I'm not a great mother?" And Alma was like,
I am who I am. What part of me would not be me if I was raised by some other perfectly ordinary woman?
I was like, woof. And so she snatched that viola right away from her and said, go to your room. And then, but then Harry just let her go for a walk outside. It's unbelievable. Look, okay, Doris is in the right completely. And she doesn't know that her husband and daughter are like nightmare animal creatures now. But
it is like hurting cats on her part.
It's hilarious.
Which is when American Horror Story is at its
Yeah,
best.
absolutely.
When it's like teetering between like scary and just absolutely hysterical.
Yeah. I'm having a great time.
So yeah, Alma took the pill, and we ended the episode with
she was like eating a crow.
Yeah, Doris like found her in the cemetery, and there were other pale men
in the cemetery again.
sort of by, and it was like they were watching.
Yeah.
They were doing that thing that they like to do.
Popping all their bones in and out of place.
But it was like they were observing. I don't know. It was really bizarre. I've learned the hard way not to anticipate or expect deeper meanings or like more from this show. But I'm certainly enjoying and intrigued with what we have so far. I kind of can't wait.
No, I know.
I want the next one like now.
Yeah, I'm excited to keep going for sure.
So yeah, check this space. Let us know.
No, I'm sorry. We do have to discuss that Harry, the studio loved his show. Joaquin Phoenix signed on to do it for free if necessary, and he got an overall deal with Netflix. None of these projects have been produced yet, but he got an overall deal with Netflix.
I mean, he's a mediocre white man. That shit happens.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised they haven't given him a Star Wars movie yet.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So yeah, watch the space. Let us know, like and subscribe, and all that jazz.
Woo.